All right, today's like day 6 of my 90-day spring break abs journey, and last night I got really excited. I started searching for flights to Vegas, and my abs journey is still going to be 90 days, but I think I'm going to hit the Encore Beach Party a little bit sooner because I got a comp room Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at the Wynn, and I found a flight from Oakland to Vegas for $41, 62 days out from now. And then I'll go back again, for the 90-day, but I'll keep documenting everything and I'll stick to the plan all the way through. But I just got really excited last night. I got a good deal, so I booked it. Whatever. Whole side note. But today, what I'm going to talk about, and I was really thinking about it last night, is fluoride. While I was in school last year, my teacher, Dan Murphy, I forget the name of the class, but he was good, man. He always had like all this good information about fluoride. I don't know. I don't even remember some of the other stuff, but fluoride really stuck out to me. He started talking about it, and I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try and clean the fluoride out of my body. So I started Googling like the effects of fluoride, what it does to the body, and how to remove it, how to clean myself up from it, and where it comes from. So I realized my toothpaste had a lot of fluoride in it. My water had a ton of fluoride in it because I would just drink Oakland tap water. And everyone would make fun of me like, you're a chiropractor, you're all healthy. Why the hell would you ever drink Oakland tap water with all the garbage that's in it and the fluoride? And why are you using this toothpaste, all the fluoride in it? And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know any of this. I barely even knew what gluten was. So I was like, okay, what do I need to do? So the first step was to change my toothpaste. So I just went on Amazon. I found activated charcoal fluoride-free toothpaste. This stuff is expensive. It was like $10 for the tube. I was like, okay. Then later I found this Dr. Schmidt's one for $5. It was like $20. I got a sale for the coconut lime. It was kind of gross. It was good. Now one of the kids at school, her name's Marley, she showed me this vegan, fluoride-free, Ayurvedic, it's called Aeromir. I'll post it down below, I think. But it's really awesome, but it's expensive. I got 5 tubes of it. It was $27. And then while I was in Bali, because I love anything in Bali, they had this Nassau toothpaste that was just straight up real ingredients. And that cost me like $1 per tube, so I bought 10 of them while I was there to bring home. And then something else that I changed was my soap. I never really gave a shit about soap. I'm like, what's the big deal? But apparently there's all chemicals in it. So if I'm doing it, let me just do it to the extreme. Let me just clean everything up. Let me really get to this and stick the plan. So then, I changed my soap, but that's like different, not fluoride. And then something else that they told me there's a lot of fluoride in is tea, in the tea bags and the tea leaves, because the soil it's grown on, there's fluoride in it. So I was like, all right, I just won't drink tea anymore. I only drank herbal tea. I never took in much caffeine, so I'm not really into that. So that was an easy one to cut out, is the tea for the fluoride. Lately I've been drinking moringa tea, and it's loose leaf, so it probably has it in there. The soursop leaves, probably not, because it's a leaf. I don't know. But I kind of dialed that back in the sense of the tea for now, if I'm just being honest. Like, I drink it now. Before the last 2 years, I would not touch it because there was fluoride in it. I was really like on the grind with that and really adamant about not fucking around with the fluoride to see what would happen. So I eliminated the tea, and then I would bring my own water everywhere I went. I'd fill up, I don't know, I probably got over there, my Adidas water bottle, or like one of these. I would always fill it up with the Berkey water. And I bit the bullet. I bought the Berkey filtration system, the real one, because there's a lot of fake ones online and like bogus sellers. So I just bought it at a store, and like luckily at my school, Life West Chiropractic College, at the school store, they sold one. I think it's 3 liters. It's enough for me, to have. My goal was to drink 3 to 4 33 fluid ounces of water every day. and that would be like a smart water bottle filled up, or one of these Adidas, little metal can things. So I'd fill 3 of them up for the day, or 4, and just carry it around and drink that all day. If I went to a restaurant, I went anywhere, I didn't touch their water. I only drank that water. And if I was doing all my steaming and cooking, I only used that water. And then I talked to my teacher, Dan Murphy. He told me that there's fluoride in your shower water. So the heat, the evaporation, the fluoride's still coming into you. And I'm like, oh God, where is this stuff not? And, then went on Amazon, and they have this like fluoride filter for the shower head. And it's a really awesome shower head. There's one for like $150. It's called like Jolie or something, and it's got like a 5-layer filtration. It's like the Berkey for your shower. It's easy to just pull my shower head off, and then I could easily put this one on. So it was a very easy transfer. And I found the same, one on Amazon for like $20. So I bought that, and the water feels way different. It cleans my body different. And just the water, my skin, my hair, like, it's crazy to say, but it really does feel different. Like I feel more hydrated. I don't feel depleted. There's probably no fluoride and all the other chlorine and chemicals. I didn't really go deep on that, but like, I'm just worried about the fluoride. So I got that out. So I did that for like pretty much 2 years, and the only slip up I have is I'll drink the tea. Sorry, my sister texted me. I'll drink the tea, and that probably has fluoride in the leaves, but I still use like the Berkey water to heat it up. So I don't really mess around with the water. Like I'm really adamant about it. And if I go places, I bring my own water. I don't, it is what it is. I was going to get crazy and bring a shower head if I was traveling or going to hotels or something, but that's just fucking crazy. So that's where I am with fluoride. It's really, really a big deal, because when he was talking about it, like all the harmful effects, like fluoride just destroys like things. It'll rust like metal if you leave fluoride on it. It just kills everything. And if you look it up, I'll post some like, findings and write-ups about it. I'm not like the scientist. I just know that it destroys your body. It disrupts your hormone function. And the main thing I was going for is because it calcifies the pineal gland, and if you want to get spiritual, that's like your third eye, your opening to God, and, light consciousness to come through and give you information and your connection in the world. So like as a chiropractor, I kind of really believe all this stuff. So, I wanted to open it up, not my third eye that I can see like visions and all this weird stuff. I just wanted clarity to God, source, whatever. So like I could get information in, and it would come to me, because I believe that the government is calcifying everyone's pineal gland, so you don't have your own free will or your innate intelligence or your soul or Atman or whatever you want to call it, that's really getting God's information or wherever, source information, the universe information, and having you act accordingly. You're just blocked off here, you're not getting downloads, and then you're moving in your mind, and you're working off of TV, ads, subliminal messaging, music, all these influencers, all types of stuff, the iPad, Instagram, that's what's like influencing you throughout the day to do certain things. So I wanted to get really clear with that, and doing the work that I do as a chiropractor. I'm not the one healing the people. I'm just the conduit. I'm a vessel. The light comes through me. I deliver whatever's necessary. But how could I do that if I wasn't clear in my own body? So that's kind of why I started that. And then I, started looking into the benefits of the pineal gland. As a chiropractor, we know the endocrine system and all the hormone functions, and that's a huge function. Same thing with our sleep and circadian rhythm is a big deal, and that's distorting that as well. So, this is a really, smart blow by the government, if you want to go conspiracy style on this, to put it in our toothpaste, heavy amounts, because you have to use that every day. You got to drink water every day. So instantly you're done. You're calcified, like you're done. So why would they do that to us? I believe to stop our connection to source, and what's really good for us. Like you wouldn't choose half the stuff you chose if you were this clear and you had this understanding. Plus your hormones and your whole endocrine system would run properly. Your sleep would be done properly. So there's a million benefits. I'm not going to name them. I really don't know all of them. I just know that it's beneficial. I'll Google it, write them all down in here so that you can look it up, or I'll do a deeper video on the effects of fluoride. There's like 900 YouTube videos about this, so just look up the effects of fluoride. Here's your pathway to it. Look up the effects of fluoride, look up the benefits of being fluoride free, look up the pineal gland and fluoride, look up decalcifying the pineal gland, look up the function of the pineal gland, spiritual and physical and structural, for your own well-being. So after 2 years of doing this, I felt like so clear, such good connection, so much freedom in my body, and I'm really adamant about it. So that was like one of the first steps I took on cleaning myself up, from food, drugs, alcohol, and just, cleaning out my body. So I figured, okay, I got to start somewhere. Let me work on fluoride. That's an easy one. The hardest part about it was me spending $250 on that Berkey water filter, but that was the greatest investment for me, and I cherish that thing, and I love that thing, and I use it, I keep it clean, I change the filters. But as I went deeper with water, I started realizing the Berkey water filter would strip everything out, and it was clean, pure water. But I realized when I started studying water hard, water has memory, and went really deep with water. That's a whole nother topic, but essentially I believe that the Berkey was stripping it of all the nutrients, so I was just getting pure water, but it was like just going right through me, so I never retained any water. So someone told me put a little bit of salt in the water, because salt is hydrophilic, and the water gravitates towards the cell and keeps it hydrated. So when I put a little bit of salt in the water, it added in like iodine, magnesium, calcium, a little bit more nutrients into the water. And when I drank it, it would stay in me. I wouldn't just piss it out every time I drank it and just like flush my system. I was actually holding the water, and I felt more hydrated and like plump and, hydrated. My skin felt better. It didn't feel so like dehydrated and drained. And it was just a tiny bit of salt. And then, that really worked out. So look up hydrophilic cells and water, and see like what you're doing with the water that you're taking, and all this pH water. You're just drinking it, and it's just running through you. Because there's nothing in it. The water's stripped down to pretty much nothing. So now if you put the little bit of salt, it ionizes, it's got iodine and the nutrients you need, trace minerals, whatever. I felt it like pulling in my body, and I noticed the difference. From there, I went deeper. I was gonna get one of these, I don't know, where it like spun the water and kept the water alive, and like, I forget what it was called, but I got crazy about water. And if you study water and you look up this Japanese guy, Water Has Memory, they did a big study on it, and then I'll go into that later about the vibration and the sound and the constitution of the water and how it passes through. And it's pretty cool stuff, and that's what you're putting in your body. So it's a big deal, and if the government's really messing with this stuff, obviously it's a big deal. So I went on findaspring.org, and luckily there's one in Stinson Beach. It's beautiful up by the beach on the mountain. I got these glass jugs over here. I would drive up, fill up my mountain water right off of, like the ice melted or the snow melts, and it runs down the mountain and comes out the side of the mountain. I just fill it up there. And when I drink that water, oh my God, it's like I'm not even lying. Like, this is like, when you drink that water, you'll never want to drink tap water. You don't even want the Berkey water after that, because you just feel so alive when you drink this water. It hydrates you. You feel so good. You feel so clean. And then if you, bathe in it, oh man, like it's a whole nother world. So I get why when you go to other countries and you go into these waterfalls, like in Bali, they call it holy water in the temples, and it's a whole blessing. You'll go up, you'll take the water, splash it on your face, sip some. There's a whole prayer process. This is holy water that's running from the top of the mountain down to you. It's still alive with the land, and it's like healing your body. So like, I believe if I had a cut on my hand and this water comes on it, it's so strong and healing that it would help deal with the cut. That's how good this water is and how much I believe in it. I don't like sing to the water. I did at one point, actually. I was like putting headphones with like 528 hertz and overnight leaving the bottles of water to get the vibration of the water and the molecule. I believe all that stuff, but it was too much effort. And that's what I was trying to spin in the water, but that was just a whole nother level of crazy for me. But I believe in it like no other. I really believe drinking that water going into your body heals you. So instead, I just got real water from the spring, from the mountain, and it pretty much does the same thing because there's no garbage in between. It's melted right to me. That's the end of it. Running water, as pure as it gets. And if you drink it there on the spot, it's even better as opposed to bottling it and bringing it home, and then it loses, the aliveness if you want to go there with it. But that is a big deal. Being fluoride free, cleaning your body of all the fluoride toxins in it, and starting to clean up because I didn't crave certain foods. I believe that it cleaned me up and my organs and different stuff in my body and really helped me make that change and gave me almost like my willpower back to not crave sugar and all this other stuff. And it has a lot of positive effects. So that was an easy start for me. So the first thing I did was clean up my fluoride in my body. There was no way to test it. I asked my teacher, I said, hey, can I get like blood work to see like the before and after if my fluoride levels dropped? And there's no real test for this. So I just kind of got to trust the process. And I really believe it because I saw the difference in my skin from the water. I saw the difference in showering, drinking it. And then when the spring water came, it's like unreal. Like I haven't had spring water in like 7 days and I already feel like, like the Berkey water is good, but I feel like it just runs through me. I put the little bit of salt in there. It's good enough, but there's nothing like spring water. So like I'm blessed to have it up there in Stinson. It's such a relaxing drive, and then I hang on the beach for a bit. It's just like a beautiful process, and you really get to connect with nature. I do it barefoot, and just go up there and really be with earth. I don't have to get weird or anything, but I just really feel so good going up there, and it's like really healing and soothing. I don't do anything crazy. I just drive up, take my shoes off, walk on the dirt, fill out my water, put it back, chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water, and it's just relaxing. And I drive home, and it's heavy as shit, these 5-gallon jugs, and I lug them in my house. I walk up the stairs, but then it just makes that water so much more worth it. And like I see what it took to get the water. So imagine living in a village, having to walk down to the river, fill up your water jugs, and walk back to the village, like chop wood, carry water. That is the most humbling thing ever. And you wouldn't abuse the water because you're not going to sit there and just chug shitloads of water. This is pure water that gets used for cooking right away and drinking and healing. That's it. It's not like a luxury to buy these bougie water bottles and walk around with this, weird waters and, So I just buy a bunch of these glass bottles and I fill them up when I go up there. So I have those for the go, and then I have them in the house. So water is extremely important. That was the first thing that I learned on my journey to cleaning myself up, is clear out the fluoride. That was the first thing I started doing for 12 weeks. It was beautiful. I documented all my feelings and everything. I'll post that at a later time, but that was step one to kind of cleaning up and getting myself healthy, is removing the fluoride from my body, because there was a ton in me. I was drinking tap water, brushing my teeth all the time, showering, and then drinking the tea. So I was getting it from every angle. So I must have been full of fluoride. So that's what I'm talking about today. Fluoride free. If you want to go deep on it, just YouTube it. There's tons of information. I went down all those rabbit holes, but that's step one to cleaning up in my journey to get me to a healthier life. It wasn't about weight loss. It was just about cleaning my insides up and just healing my body. I'm 41, and I feel like I'm in my prime. I feel healthier than when I was 25 to 38. It is what it is. And I feel like I'm reversing the aging process a little bit. My beard's coming in strong, whatever. And this nasal dilator is a big deal, just so you know. I'll talk about it sometime at some point. And keep the tongue on the roof of your mouth at all times if you can. And keep your mouth closed and nasal breathe. That's a little tip. I'll see you guys.